each other, man. You know what I mean? I said, what you think about that? You want to do that? I said, yeah. He was like, all right, cool. So yeah. I told him, I said, well, I'm gonna jump out there first, and then you just gonna jump out there and we'll line it up. And he said, all right. And when I jump out there, act like he ain't know what's going on. Then that's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's about, oh, you playing? Okay, you gonna play. All right, cool. Well, how about blood?
Stop everything you are doing right now. The red line has been crossed and the hip-hop world is paralyzed in a state of pure terror. We are receiving frantic reports that King Harris, T.I.'s eldest son, has just been rushed to an Atlanta emergency room in critical condition following a violent, high-stakes physical confrontation with 50 Cent's elite security detail. Sources are describing a scene of absolute carnage. This wasn't just a scuffle. It was a calculated, brutal takedown that has left a young star fighting for his life. And as King Harris lies in a hospital bed, his father T.I. has just broken his silence with a message so chilling, so cold-blooded, it has sent shockwaves through every corner of the industry. This is no longer an Instagram beef. This is no longer about music. This is a blood feud. The first shot has been fired, the medical reports are coming in, and they are devastating. To understand the blood on the pavement tonight, we have to understand the two titans standing at the center of this wreckage. On one side, you have Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, a man who turned 9 bullets into a billion-dollar empire. A man whose entire brand is built on the systematic destruction of anyone who dares to breathe his name in a way he doesn't like. 50 doesn't just beef, he erases. On the other side, you have Clifford T.I. Harris, the king of the South. A man of immense pride, deep family roots, and a legacy that he would burn the entire world down to protect. For years, these two moved like parallel lines in the industry, respectful, yet distant. But in early 2026, the friction began. It started with a simple versus challenge. T.I. wanted the smoke. 50 Cent wanted the silence. What should have been a celebration of Southern trap versus New York drill turned into a psychological battlefield. 50 Cent, the undisputed king of trolls, began a campaign of character assassination that T.I. simply wasn't prepared for. First came the Crime Stoppers clips. 50 Cent dug up decades-old footage, labeling T.I. as King Rat. He wasn't just attacking T.I.'s music, he was attacking his soul, his street credibility, and his very right to stand among legends. T.I., a veteran of the game, tried to keep it lyrical. He hit the studio. He dropped the track War. He kept the battle within the four walls of the booth. But then, the rules of engagement changed. 50 Cent did the one thing you never do in a man's world. He brought in the family. He posted that infamous, unflattering photo of Tiny Harris. He reduced a Grammy-winning legend and a mother of 7 to a punchline on a Friday afternoon. And that is where the Prince of the South, King Harris, entered the fray. King wasn't raised in the era of lyrical restraint. He was raised in the era of viral aggression. When he saw his mother being mocked by 30 million people, something in his DNA snapped. He didn't call his father. He called out the boogeyman himself. King Harris did the unthinkable. He went to the grave. He posted the headstone of Sabrina Jackson, 50 Cent's mother, who was tragically murdered when Curtis was only 8 years old. He told 50 to dig her up. In that moment, the internet went silent. Everyone knew. You don't poke the bear. You don't spit on the grave of the woman who shaped the most ruthless man in entertainment. Insiders say that for 3 days, 50 Cent was eerily quiet. No memes. No LOLs. No Pepe the Frog. Just a terrifying, vacuum-sealed silence. T.I. reportedly reached out to settle the debt privately, sensing the danger. He knew his son had stepped into a minefield. But the peace talks failed. The streets of Atlanta were already humming with the energy of an impending disaster.
Tonight, that disaster arrived.
And it didn't happen on an Instagram feed. It happened in the real world, with real consequences and real blood. This background isn't just history. It's the autopsy of a relationship that has now ended in a medical emergency. The tension was a ticking time bomb, and King Harris just provided the spark. Let's set the scene, and I want you to feel the electricity in the air. It's 1:45 a.m. at an exclusive, invite-only lounge in the heart of Buckhead, Atlanta. The air is thick with tension. 50 Cent is in town for a surprise appearance, promoting his latest brand venture. T.I. isn't there, but his son King Harris is. Witnesses say King was flanked by a small group of friends, feeling the bravado of his recent social media victory over the G-Unit mogul. According to a leaked statement from an anonymous club promoter who is standing 5 feet away, and we are seeing these messages pop up on the dark web as we speak, King Harris spotted 50 Cent's security team near the VIP exit. Instead of walking away, instead of de-escalating, King reportedly approached them. He was shouting. He was demanding to speak to Curtis. The insider leak suggests that King was yelling, "Where's that energy now? Tell your boss to keep my mama's name out his mouth," or "It's more than just photos." The atmosphere turned radioactive. 50 Cent's security detail is comprised of former special forces and high-level tactical experts. They are trained to neutralize threats before they even materialize. But King Harris, fueled by adrenaline and family pride, didn't see them as security. He saw them as the wall between him and the man who insulted his mother. Then, the first shocking twist. The official story being whispered in the corridors of the Atlanta PD is that a physical altercation broke out when one of King's associates reached for a waistband. But here's the twist that our sources just confirmed. 50 Cent wasn't even in the building yet. He was watching the entire confrontation live through his security team's body cams from a blacked-out SUV just 2 blocks away. Witnesses say the security team didn't just push King back. They executed a high-intensity neutralization. Within seconds, King Harris was on the ground. There are reports of a heavy blunt force trauma to the head. The sound of the impact was described by one waitress as a gunshot without the flash. Panic erupted. The club lights went up. People were screaming. King Harris was unresponsive. The leaked audio we've obtained, which we are currently vetting, features a voice that sounds suspiciously like a lead security guard saying, "Package neutralized. Tell the boss it's done." But here's the part that will make your blood run cold. As the ambulance arrived, 50 Cent's SUV reportedly drove slowly past the scene. He didn't stop. He didn't look. He just rolled down the window slightly, let out a plume of cigar smoke, and kept moving. King Harris was rushed to the ER under a code red status. We are talking about potential internal bleeding and a traumatic brain injury. The Harris family was notified at 2:10 a.m. Tiny Harris was reportedly seen screaming in the hospital lobby, held back by nurses as she demanded to see her son. But where was T.I.? This is where the story takes its darkest turn. T.I. didn't show up to the hospital first. He went straight to the location where 50 Cent was rumored to be staying. He was seen stepping out of his vehicle with a look in his eyes that friends say they haven't seen in 20 years. It wasn't anger. It was a cold, calculated readiness for war. The first twist isn't just that King is hurt. It's that this wasn't a random fight. It was a trap. And King Harris walked right into it. 50 Cent didn't need to be there to destroy him. He did it by remote control. And now, as the doctors work on King, the streets are bracing for the retaliation. But wait, the hospital just released a statement that has sent the fans into a tailspin. We have the leaked medical chart details, and they're worse than we thought. King might not just be injured. He might be silenced forever. The internet is currently a war zone. Within 30 minutes of the news breaking, #KingHarrisER was the #1 trending topic globally. But then, the leaked report from a supposed hospital staffer hit a major gossip blog, and it changed the entire narrative. The report claims that King Harris didn't just suffer a concussion. They are saying he has suffered a temporary loss of motor function in his left side. If this is true, we are looking at a life-altering injury. 21 years old, and his life changed because of an Instagram comment. The Twitter threads are exploding. One fan wrote, 50 Cent finally went too far. Security shouldn't be putting hands on kids like that. T.I. needs to handle this in the streets. While another responded, King Harris talked about a dead woman's grave. In the streets, that's a green light.
Don't start what you can't finish.
#Gunit. But here is the second shocking reveal that has everyone questioning everything. While the world was mourning for King, a leaked video clip surfaced from a nearby security camera. In the video, just seconds before the confrontation, King Harris is seen holding a phone, seemingly on a FaceTime call. The person on the other end? Reports are surfacing that it was T.I.'s own brother who was supposedly encouraging King to stand his ground and represent the family. Wait, was King Harris being used as a pawn by his own circle to force T.I. into a war he didn't want? Or was this a setup by an internal mole to finally take down the Harris legacy? The industry backlash was immediate. Big names started picking sides. We saw a deleted tweet from a major New York rapper, rumored to be a G-Unit affiliate, that simply said, "Play with the dead, join the dead. LOL." On the other side, Atlanta legends are moving in silence. Rumor has it that a secret meeting was held at a private studio in ATL involving the city's biggest power players. They aren't talking about music anymore. They are talking about sanctions. But the biggest reveal of all? A leaked voicemail, allegedly from 50 Cent to an industry associate, has surfaced on a private Discord server. In the audio, 50 Cent can be heard saying, "He's fine. He's just sleeping." But his daddy is about to wake up to a nightmare he can't wrap his way out of. What does that mean? Is King's condition being exaggerated to draw T.I. out? Or is 50 Cent admitting that this was just the beginning of a much larger, more violent plan? As the medical team prepares for a second surgery to relieve pressure on King's brain, T.I. has just posted a black square on Instagram with a caption that has the entire FBI on high alert. It reads, "The law of the land has failed. Now, the law of the king begins. 50, you have 24 hours to find God." This isn't a diss track. This is a manhunt. And the next update from the ER might be the one that starts the fire. The escalation is complete. There is no turning back now. The division is absolute. The hip-hop community is no longer one entity. It is a house divided, and the cracks are showing everywhere from the boardrooms of New York to the trap houses of Atlanta. Within hours of King Harris being admitted to the ICU, the digital landscape transformed into a psychological battlefield. On the West Coast, the OGS are calling for a truce, their voices trembling with the weight of history. They've seen this before. They remember '96. They remember the cost of these wars when they spill off the screen and onto the pavement. But the younger generation? They are thirsty for the drama. TikTok is currently flooded with frame-by-frame reaction videos where creators are analyzing King Harris's last Instagram story, looking for glitches or clues that he knew the hit was coming. One viral TikToker with over 5 million views in 2 hours claimed, "Look at his eyes in the club. He was looking for someone. He wasn't there to party. He was there for a showdown." 50 Cent just got to him first. The fake celebrity reactions are pouring in like gasoline on a wildfire. A leaked DM, supposedly from a major female rapper who has collaborated with both camps, says, "I'm staying out of this. Both sides are crazy. But if anything happens to that boy, Atlanta will burn." You can't touch a man's seeds and expect him to keep making music. Even industry executives are in a state of pure panic. Major brands that have multi-million-dollar contracts with both 50 Cent and T.I. are reportedly pulling ads and pausing campaigns. They don't want their logos appearing next to a story involving ICU beds and cold-blooded revenge. But the most controversial reaction came from a group of street analysts on a popular late-night podcast. They argued that T.I. is actually the one at fault here. One host shouted, "If you're a king, you teach your prince how to move. You don't let him go at a shark like 50 Cent when he's only a goldfish." T.I. failed as a father before 50 failed as a peer. This sparked an immediate, violent rebuttal from T.I.'s loyalists. The comment sections are now filled with threats and doxing attempts. The tension is so high you can practically feel it through the screen. Fans are now strictly divided into two camps. Hashtag Team Grave, those who think King Harris brought this on himself by mocking a dead woman, and hashtag Team Family, those who believe 50 Cent is a cold-blooded monster for using his security team to target a 21-year-old. The division isn't just online. Reports are coming in of shouting matches breaking out in barbershops across the country. But in the middle of this social media explosion, a new piece of information has just dropped. A nurse from the hospital, who has now reportedly been fired for a privacy breach, claims that King Harris woke up for exactly 30 seconds and whispered one name. And it wasn't T.I. and it wasn't Tiny. It was a name that nobody expected. A name that suggests this beef isn't about a versus or an Instagram photo. It goes all the way back to 2005. The controversy is no longer just about an ER visit. It's about a 20-year-old secret that is finally being dragged into the light. The industry is holding its breath. One more name, and the entire structure of hip-hop power could collapse. Just when you thought this nightmare couldn't get any more twisted, we have just received an encrypted video file from an anonymous source. It is only 6 seconds long, grainy, and shaky, but the implications are world-shattering. In the video, taken from a high-angle security camera that the police seemingly missed, we see King Harris talking to a hooded figure in the shadows of the club's VIP hallway just seconds before 50 Cent's security moved in. As the figure steps into the light for a split second, the internet has gone into a total frenzy. They've identified him, and it's not a G-Unit affiliate. It's someone from T.I.'s own inner circle. The final shocking twist? Reports are surfacing that King Harris wasn't actually there to attack 50 Cent's security. He was trying to warn them. He had discovered a Black Ops plan within his father's own camp to set 50 Cent up that night, and King, despite the online beef, didn't want a murder on his family's hands. He was trying to save 50 Cent's life. Wait, did 50 Cent's security team accidentally take out the only person who was trying to protect their boss? If this is true, the irony is devastating. 50 Cent might have just destroyed the boy who was acting as his guardian angel. And T.I.? T.I. is now hunting 50 Cent for a crime that was actually triggered by a traitor sitting at his own dinner table. The betrayal is coming from inside the house. But it gets even deeper. The hospital just went on total, high-alert lockdown. SWAT teams have cordoned off the entire surgical floor.
Why?
Because a second unidentified patient was just brought in from a secondary location related to the club. This person has a gunshot wound, and rumors are flying that it's the traitor who set this whole chain of events in motion. The hip-hop world is screaming. Who is the second person? Is it a member of the Grand Hustle family? Is it a high-level executive? Or is it the man who whispered in King's ear? As of this second, King Harris is back in an emergency surgery to stop a secondary brain bleed. T.I. has gone completely dark. His phone is off, his GPS is disabled, and his security detail has vanished from his Atlanta estate. 50 Cent just posted a picture of a chessboard with only the king and a knight left. The caption? Checkmate. See you at the funeral. Whose funeral? 50? Whose funeral? The streets of Atlanta are eerily silent, but it's the silence before a Category 5 storm. We are hearing that a major, industry-altering press conference will be held at 6 a.m. But sources say T.I. isn't waiting for the morning. We have just received unconfirmed word that a caravan of black SUVs has been spotted outside one of 50 Cent's private, undisclosed residences. This is it. The cold-blooded revenge is no longer a promise. It is happening right now, in the dark, where the cameras can't see. But wait, we just got a final notification. A new leaked photo of King Harris's ICU room has surfaced, and he's not alone. There is someone sitting in the chair next to his bed, holding his hand. That will leave you absolutely speechless. Who is it? Why are they there? And what does this mean for the blood feud? We are working to verify this image as we speak. We will have the full reveal in our next emergency update. You will not believe your eyes when you see who is actually standing by King's side. This is the most dangerous moment in the history of our culture. A young man's life hangs in the balance, and two legends are on a collision course that could change everything forever. We are monitoring the Atlanta ER and the streets 24/7. We have our sources embedded, and we will bring you the news the second it breaks. But we need to hear from you. Is T.I. right to seek cold-blooded revenge for his son? Or did King Harris bring this on himself by breaking the sacred rules of the street? And who do you think is that hidden witness sitting by King's bedside right now? Drop your theories in the comments. This is where the real debate is happening. If you want to be the first to see the leaked photo of who is actually in that hospital room, you need to hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on all notifications. Do not be the last to know when the next shot is fired. This war is far from over. In fact, it has only just begun. Stay tuned, stay alert, and pray for the culture. The next update drops in 4 hours. You cannot afford to miss it. Click that like button if you're standing with the Harris family, or comment #GunIt if you think 50 is just defending his legacy. See you in the next one. The clock is ticking.